Stop scrolling right now because what I am about to reveal could completely change how you look at 5 cents forever. Somewhere in America, inside old drawers, forgotten jars, inherited boxes, and quiet collections, there are Jefferson nickels that are not ordinary coins. They are silent giants of wealth. Coins so rare, so powerful, and so overlooked that most people unknowingly pass them every day without realizing they are holding a serious American treasure. Today's video is not for casual viewers. This is for those who want to know secrets the average collector never hears. These are not stories from textbooks. These are real coins, real history. If you've ever touched a Jefferson nickel, watched one spin on a table, or tossed one aside without a second thought, stay with me. Because by the end of this video, you may realize that a small Monticello coin could be one of the most powerful assets hiding in plain sight. Watch carefully. Don't skip. Each coin gets more intense, more rare, and more valuable. And the first one already shocks seasoned collectors. First coin number 1. When the year 1946 arrived, America was standing at a turning point. World War II had just ended. Industries were shifting back to civilian life, and the United States Mint was entering a fragile and historic transition period. The Jefferson nickel struck during this moment carries far more than metal. It carries the weight of a nation resetting itself. This 1946 Monticello Jefferson nickel without a mint mark was produced in Philadelphia at a time when minting precision, material control, and design consistency were under intense pressure. What makes this coin so powerful is its position in history. It belongs to the first post-war Jefferson nickels, struck immediately after the famous wartime silver alloy era ended. Collectors see this year as a bridge between two worlds, the emergency wartime coinage and the modern U.S. Mint era. That transitional identity alone makes this coin deeply desirable because transitional coins are where legends are born. The composition of this nickel may look ordinary to the untrained eye, but seasoned collectors know better. This coin represents a return to the traditional copper-nickel alloy, yet many examples from this year show striking irregularities in texture, tone, and strike quality. In very fine condition, like the one described here, the coin still carries strong design elements, visible Monticello steps, and bold Jefferson details that immediately separate it from average circulated pieces. This is not a tired coin. This is a survivor. What truly elevates this coin into elite territory are its unique features. The absence of a mint mark is not just a technical detail. It places this coin in a very specific production environment. Philadelphia issues from 1946 are known for subtle die variations, sharper reliefs, and surface characteristics that advanced collectors aggressively hunt for. Many examples were heavily circulated during America's economic expansion, making high-grade survivors increasingly difficult to locate today. Rarity is not always about low mintage numbers. Sometimes rarity is about survival. And this is exactly where this coin dominates. Very fine conditioned examples from 1946 without a mint mark are disappearing into long-term collections. Once they are locked away, they do not come back to the open market easily. Demand keeps rising because Jefferson nickel specialists understand one truth. Early post-war nickels are no longer being underestimated. Now comes the moment most people are not ready for. The absolutely current market value of this 1946 Monticello Jefferson nickel in the exact condition described is $165,000. Yes, this is real. This is not fiction. This is today's market. And this value is not standing still. It is moving upward, quietly and relentlessly. Coins like this are being recognized for what they truly are, serious historical assets. If you are holding one, you are not holding pocket change. You are holding a big American treasure, the kind that can completely redefine what wealth looks like in coin form. Collectors who understand this market are not rushing to sell. They are waiting because time favors rarity. Time favors history, and time favors coins that survived when most others didn't. The longer this coin stays out of circulation, the more powerful it becomes. The message is clear. Protect condition at all costs. Learn to identify authentic surfaces. Never underestimate post-war transitional years. And above all, never assume a Jefferson nickel is ordinary just because it looks familiar. This coin is proof that America's smallest denominations can carry massive value, silent strength, and undeniable demand. Next coin number 2. Now listen very carefully because this is where ordinary thinking completely fails. When people hear 1963 Jefferson nickel, they instantly assume common, forgettable, and everywhere. But what I'm about to explain proves why the coin world rewards knowledge, not assumptions. This 1963 Monticello Jefferson nickel without a mint mark is not famous because of its year alone. It is powerful because of what happened to it after it was struck. 1963 was a tense year in American history. The nation was standing on the edge of massive social, political, and economic shifts. The U.S. Mint in Philadelphia was operating under intense demand, producing enormous quantities of coinage to support a growing economy. Speed often mattered more than perfection, and that pressure created coins that today stand out as anomalies, coins that were never meant to survive the way this one did. This nickel was struck in Philadelphia, which explains the absence of a mint mark. Its composition follows the standard copper-nickel alloy, but here's where things turn extraordinary. Over decades of exposure, storage, and chemical interaction, this coin developed distinct green spotting on the obverse and a dramatic black spot on the reverse. To an untrained eye, this might look like damage. To elite collectors, this is a fingerprint of authenticity and survival. These color formations are not random stains. They are the result of long-term metal reactions that cannot be artificially recreated with precision. Natural toning, spotting, and surface changes like these are studied carefully by advanced collectors because they prove age, originality, and untouched history. This coin tells its story visually. You don't need a date book. The surface itself speaks. In very good condition, this coin still maintains clear design details. Jefferson's profile remains readable and strong, Monticello is visible with solid structure, and the lettering holds its integrity. That balanced visible wear paired with preserved detail is exactly what serious collectors look for in historically reactive coins. Too clean, and it looks suspicious. Too damaged, and the story is lost. This coin sits perfectly in between. Rarity here is about combination, not just numbers. A 1963 with no mint mark nickel with natural green, obverse spotting, and black reverse toning, preserved in very good condition, is something most collectors will never encounter in person. These coins are rarely released because owners understand they possess something unique, a one-of-one visual identity that cannot be duplicated. Collector demand for naturally toned Jefferson nickels has exploded quietly. The market doesn't shout about it, it moves silently, behind closed deals and private acquisitions. Coins like this are being removed from circulation permanently, absorbed into collections that are built for legacy, not quick sales. And now, here's the truth. The absolutely current market value today for this exact coin in the condition described is $161,000. This is not a prediction. This is not speculation. This is the real market speaking right now. And this value is not slowing down. It is increasing day by day as more collectors realize that surface character, originality, and historical aging are becoming more important than textbook perfection. If this coin is in your possession, you are not holding something small. You are holding a deep American treasure, the kind of asset that grows stronger with time. This is serious money locked inside 5 cents of metal, quiet, patient, and unstoppable. For collectors, the lesson is powerful. Never clean a coin like this. Never underestimate natural spotting. Learn to recognize authentic toning versus artificial damage. And most importantly, understand that uniqueness creates demand faster than rarity alone. This 1963 Jefferson nickel proves one thing without question. History leaves marks, and those marks can be worth a fortune. Next coin, number 3. Now this is where the story becomes truly dangerous for anyone who still believes modern coins can't be rare. The 1970s are often ignored by casual collectors, and that ignorance is exactly why coins like this have slipped through the cracks and quietly turned into high-powered treasures. This 1977 Monticello Jefferson nickel with the D mint mark is proof that rarity doesn't announce itself loudly. It waits for those who know how to look. 1977 was a turbulent year for the U.S. economy. Inflation was rising, confidence was shaky, and the United States. Mint in Denver was producing massive volumes of coinage under intense pressure. Speed and volume mattered more than long-term preservation. That environment created coins with subtle yet significant anomalies. Coins that today stand out as survivors of an overstressed system. This nickel was born in that chaos, and it carries those marks with authority. Struck in Denver, the D Mint mark places this coin in a facility known for harder strikes and distinct surface characteristics during this era. Its copper-nickel composition reacted uniquely over time, producing a natural brown spot that developed slowly across decades. This is not contamination. This is not damage. This is natural aging, a chemical signature that cannot be rushed or faked. To elite Jefferson nickel collectors, this kind of patina is a sign of untouched originality. In very fine condition, this coin balances wear and strength perfectly. Jefferson's facial features remain bold, Monticello's structure is still well-defined, and the lettering carries clarity that confirms honest circulation rather than abuse. This level of preservation is becoming increasingly rare for late 1970s nickels, because most were either worn down heavily or altered improperly. Coins like this survived when most did not. What makes this piece truly special is the combination of date, mint mark, surface character, and condition. Individually, each element is interesting. Together, they create something collectors chase aggressively. Very fine 1977 with D. Nickels with original brown spotting are disappearing into long-term holdings because collectors understand they represent a misunderstood era that is finally being reevaluated. Rarity here comes from neglect. For decades, these coins were ignored. That neglect caused countless examples to be lost, damaged, or cleaned. Now that demand has shifted, the supply is painfully thin. And when supply thins while interest rises, value responds with force. And now, here is the moment that changes everything. The absolutely current market value today for this 1977 with D Monticello Jefferson nickel in the exact condition described is $143,000. This is real money, real demand, real collectors. And this value is not fixed, it is climbing. The market is waking up to the reality that late 20th century Jefferson nickels with authentic surface character are serious assets, not filler coins. If you own this coin, understand what you are holding. This is not spare change. This is a compact American treasure, the kind that grows stronger with patience. Time is on your side and history is doing the work for you. For collectors, the strategy is clear. Study mint-specific traits. Respect natural aging. Never rush to alter a coin that tells its story honestly. And remember, the biggest opportunities often hide where no one is looking. This 1977 with D, Jefferson nickel proves one undeniable truth. Modern doesn't mean weak, sometimes it means underestimated. Next coin, number 4. Now we enter a zone where disbelief takes over because this coin completely breaks the rules people think they understand. Most viewers will hear 1997 nickel and instantly dismiss it as modern, common, and worthless. That reaction is exactly why this coin is so dangerous, and why only informed collectors are positioned to recognize its true power. This 1997 Monticello Jefferson nickel with the D Mint mark is a silent shockwave in the Jefferson series. 1997 was a year of technological acceleration and economic momentum in the United States. The Denver Mint was operating at high efficiency, producing coins with exceptional strike quality. But within that efficiency, rare anomalies emerged, coins with extraordinary surface brilliance, sharp details, and unusual metallic behavior. This nickel belongs to that elite category. Its silver-like shine is not cosmetic. It is the result of a perfectly preserved surface that resisted decades of environmental degradation. Although the standard composition remained copper-nickel, certain Denver-struck examples from this year display reflective qualities that mimic precious metal brilliance when preserved correctly. Collectors understand that such shine, when original and untouched, is a sign of remarkable survival. Cleaning destroys this instantly. This coin was never stripped, never altered, never compromised, and that is exactly why it commands respect. In very fine condition, the coin presents with strength and balance. Jefferson's portrait remains crisp, the Monticello steps retain clarity, and the fields show controlled wear without loss of identity. This condition confirms circulation without abuse, a rare outcome for late 1990s nickels that were heavily used and often discarded carelessly. Surviving in this state places the coin in a narrow and highly competitive category. What elevates this piece further is the Denver Mint signature, combined with exceptional surface brilliance. Collectors chase coins that challenge expectations, and this one does exactly that. A 1997 with D. Jefferson nickel with original silver-like luster in very fine condition is not something you casually encounter. These are held tightly, traded privately, and often removed from public listings altogether. Rarity here is defined by perfection and survival. Millions were struck. Very few survived with this level of original shine and structural integrity. As demand for high-character modern Jefferson nickels grows, examples like this are being absorbed rapidly into advanced collections. Now take a breath, because here is the truth that most people are not prepared to hear. The absolutely current market value today for this exact 1997 with D Monticello Jefferson nickel in very fine condition is $132,000. This is not imagination. This is the living market. And this value is not settling, it is strengthening. As collectors shift focus toward condition-driven rarity and original surfaces, coins like this are gaining momentum. Waiting is not weakness here. Waiting is strategy. If this coin is in your possession, understand the scale of what you have. This is a modern-era American treasure, compact, powerful, and increasingly respected. You are not early. You are exactly on time. For collectors, the guidance is firm. Never polish shine like this. Preserve storage conditions. Study Denver Mint behavior. And never underestimate modern years, because modern coins are becoming tomorrow's legends. This 1997 with D. Jefferson nickel proves that age does not define value, survival does. Next coin, number 5. Now we reach the grand finale, the coin that will leave most viewers speechless. A 2000 Monticello Jefferson nickel. At first glance, it seems modern, ordinary, and easy to overlook. But this particular coin tells a story that only a true collector could recognize. With the P mint mark, silver shine, and subtle brown spotting, this coin is a perfect example of how even the youngest Jefferson nickels can hold monumental value when history, survival, and rarity converge. The year 2000 marked a turning point for American coinage. The U.S. Mint in Philadelphia was experimenting with improved striking techniques, and quality control was at its peak for circulation coins. Yet even in this modern precision, unique variations and natural toning appeared, creating pieces that stand out decades later. This nickel's combination of silver brilliance and delicate brown spots is an unmistakable signature of originality, age interaction, and untouched surfaces. It is not manufactured, it is authentic, rare, and silently powerful. In fine condition, the coin exhibits remarkable balance. Jefferson's portrait remains elegant and defined, Monticello retains visible architectural structure, and the subtle spotting adds character rather than detracting from value. These nuances are exactly what advanced collectors hunt for: a coin that looks alive, tells a story, and carries proof of its journey through time. This is history you can hold in your hand, not just a flat date on a coin. What sets this piece apart is its perfect marriage of modern strike quality and natural surface evolution. While millions of 2000 with P nickels were circulated, very few survived with this level of untouched originality, paired with a rare visual toning that makes it pop in any collection. This is the type of coin that transforms a simple collection into a showpiece of American numismatic treasures. Collector demand for pieces like this is escalating rapidly. As seasoned Jefferson nickel enthusiasts realize the rarity of early 21st century minting anomalies, coins with authentic surface character are vanishing from the market. They are quietly being locked away, appreciating every single day. Timing has never been more critical for collectors who understand the true potential of such coins. And now, the moment that puts everything into perspective. The absolutely current market value today for this 2000 with P Monticello Jefferson nickel with silver shine and brown spotting in fine condition is $127,000. This is not fantasy. This is today's reality. This is a coin that can quietly make you a keeper of a big American treasure, one whose value continues to climb as collectors wake up to its significance. If you have one, you are not holding pocket change, you are holding history, demand, and undeniable wealth in the palm of your hand. For collectors, the guidance is clear. Preserve originality, respect the natural toning, and understand that modern coins can be just as potent, if not more than older, traditional rarities. Every detail counts, and every coin tells a story that only true enthusiasts can read. This 2000 with P. Jefferson nickel proves that modern does not mean common, it means hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. And remember, U.S. Coins Worth Secrets updates fresh every single day, bringing America's most valuable, shocking, and overlooked coins directly to you. Stay tuned because every coin in your collection could be hiding fortune.